Gemini, to save some time, I already shuffled the cards and laid them out. I'm using a Celtic 10 card spread to look at past, present, and future influences for the week. Okay, so I can see your mind is in overdrive or with overthinking and trying to accomplish everything yesterday. It's kind of a real antsy pantsies kind of feel, is what the readings say. And also, too, there's a part of you that wants seclusion and to do your own thing, to kind of regroup and to heal and to really kind of retreat. And that's what I want you to do this week. I just want you to take some chill time for yourself, get into a meditative state, get into a breathing where it's really mellow and relaxed and peaceful, okay? Because you don't have to worry about anything this week. And I know you're in overdrive in that area as well, but I just need you to chill out and step back, because God is on the scene and it's the universe and God are trying to get in there and help you, but you're kind of blocking it with the overthinking and trying to accomplish everything, like I said yesterday. And that's just not an energy that we need this week, because you've got so much going on internally in your own inner narrative. And I could just see you're kind of like overwhelmed. That's when these kind of cards appear. But the good news is God is here to help. It's a karma card to me. When we start with that first placement, the significator, the general gist of the whole reading is the Hangman. It's a major arcana card, and it literally means hanging in time. But the thing that I've learned about the Hangman, who I used to get PO'd about when I used to see him when I was younger, because it literally means I have to wait. And again, that overdrive, overthinking, I want to accomplish everything right now, and I need to see results. But that's the opposite of what the Hangman is kind of about. It's kind of like God saying, Gemini, let me in that door. Gemini, just open it up a little bit. And you're like, no, I got it. And you don't got it at all. You need to take a chill and you need to step aside, let God and the universe in there, have that hope and faith that has driven you through everything from A to Z, okay? And everything's going to work out, including that waiting for money or that kind of next move to be able to plant yourself in a gift in some way. Whatever that is, the Hangman is sitting on top of the Six of Pentacles. That's a crossing card, which is not allowing the Hangman to really do his work, okay? So you're kind of getting in the way, along with the idea that you're waiting maybe on cash, a gift of some sort of like a cheaper bill, sweat equity, whatever the case may be, that's kind of giving you that antsy pantsies. That's the six. But when it appears in the reading, even at the crossing thing, it's going to happen. And that's what's God's affirmation here in that Hangman. And I need you to kind of step aside so the universe can get in place to make those things happen for you. But if you're just sitting closing the door, how is anything going to take place? It's not. Okay. So you need to relax, because then that stillness, that meditative state, where is not only the answers you're looking for, but the opportunities you need to keep your eyes out for, because it's coming. Okay. That's the Hangman along with that crossing card. So flip it on its side, be the help of the Hangman, have that faith and hope, because it will happen, okay? And I get validation of how kind of wound up you are. And that third card placement is a Seven of Wands. The third card placement is like God's position to me of how to navigate the week, all right? And here are the messages. Don't be scared. Don't be fearful. Don't rebel about your creative ideas and the way that you want to live your life. That's the Seven of Wands. It's the contemplation, meditation on next moves in the area of the creative. And for Gemini, because you are two people, it could cover a lot of areas. But the message is the same. Don't be afraid. And most importantly, don't be afraid of competition, whether it's from other people. Like, that's been a kind of arc with Gemini for a while, that kind of negative input and narrative from other people that you've been carrying around, which I don't see any longer, other than this residual effect, which we can easily move past, right, Gemini, right? We have 4 feet. We can move around that obstacle. And it just means don't be afraid of competition. And especially, let's say you're putting yourself out there in a razzmatazzy way. Go for it, okay? That's Gemini's domain. You're like a fire. Everyone gravitates to you. And also, too, in the business sense, let's say you're being an entrepreneur, you don't know how to position yourself, or there's a lot of competition. That's where the kind of creative stuff happens, okay? When you get up against that kind of wall where you have to navigate and decide how your product or you are going to stand out better, that's where the magic happens. I just can't tell you, I've had it so many times where you think something's a bummer and then all of a sudden it turns out to be the betterment, which everything is all about, right? Especially with this cards, because I can see the tough stuff that you've been through. But the Hangman is a karma card to me, because after so many years of doing it, he appears when we really need that kind of rest and reprieve. And that's that's validated in that ninth position of hopes and fears, where we have another major arcana, the Hermit, where I just kind of want to retreat a little bit. But he's got duality, so I'm going to get to him in a second. So don't be scared, because you got the Hermit on your side as well as God in the universe. And what's so beautiful here in this reading, in the fourth card placement, in the gut of the feeling, I like to say, in the base of the matter in the reading, is the Queen of Pentacles, the queen of the material, home, family, relationship, community, our body, getting back to nature. You know, she is that domain. She's the leader. She's a regal leader in this area. She's giving, she's loving, she's nurturing. She's like Mother Earth. And you believe that about yourself at your gut rather, at your butt too. Even in your butt, you probably feel it as well. But the Queen is that validation that you have all that skill set, and you need to believe in the Queen. So she could overpower the Seven of Wands, right? Just go back to that gut feeling of what you knew. Trust your intuition of who you are, okay, Gemini? And what's so interesting here is the Two of Cups is just coming out of that fifth card placement of falling in love. I think that card might have even been last week or the week before that. Well, anyway, it's falling in love with life, yourself, with other people potentially. So don't be afraid of that energy. And I don't think you were completely not afraid of it. Okay, let me put it that way, because it's a past reflection. I'm feeling all groovy, but these kind of cards saying I'm putting on the emergency brake, especially even in the present. The Four of Swords in that six card placement is what's happening right now. Rather, it's a Two of Swords, rather. I'm sorry. The Two of Swords is you're not making decisions. And the indecisiveness comes from you not trusting your own thoughts, your own identity. And it's so important that you trust and go back to the Queen here, because you're not going to get to the Queen with the easy stuff. It's going to be the tough stuff that makes you that regal leader in that domain, okay? But the thing is, you're kind of doubting yourself here. And maybe it's because you're having to wait and you're getting that pressure of competition. We'll see a little bit more of that later in the reading. But you need to just, again, get into that contemplative state, get back to you, and all is good. You just need to decide what's good for you, not for everybody else, but good for you, okay? And I think you're a little tired because we have the Hangman in the first card placement, and the seventh card placement is about ourselves. So this is the general gist, so hang back. Let God and the universe get in there. But the Nine of Wands in that self position just shows me how you're tired. The 9 is the ending journey of the minor arcana. We're getting into the 10. And so we need to move on in a new direction is the message from the 9. And you know this. But you've been through so much tough stuff that you're kind of tempered down and tired. It's like you don't want to have one more thought like in that Two of Swords. But that's okay, because you don't have to right now with this week. All you need to do is regroup and heal, all right? Because God and the universe has got your back right now. This is validated through everywhere. And also to the Nine of Wands, you really need to pat yourself on both backs, Gemini, because you don't get to the 9 with the easy stuff. Again, you've taken the whole journey through the minor arcana of the creative. And whatever that creative idea was, again, because the Queen is here, it's going to be anything in that material world. So kudos to you, even though it was really probably tough. I know some of you have been like really through rough seas as represented in the 9. But the thing about the 9 is you're ready to go into safe harbor. And I think you know this as well. And I think that's why that antsy-pantsy, it's like you want to get there now. And it's all unveiling in its own time. Divine order is in play here, right? So you need to believe that, all right? Okay? And go have some fun for yourself, because in the 8th card placement, how other people view you is the Ace of Cups. And that's so beautiful, sticking next to the Two of Cups, because the Ace is that youthful upsurge of energy in the heart, right? And it's coming out of that emotional and spiritual maturity time that we have to spend with God in the universe to grow, right? To get to see the next opportunities and potentials for our lives and our love, right? And this is how other people look at you. So where we had reflection before in the past in other readings where people were just being really nasty towards you and it was really taking a big toll on you, now it's a whole other ball game, really. The Ace of Cups is that upsurge, like I said, of love. So spread that around, believe that vibe about you, and focus on that energy, because that self-love gets applied to you now too, okay? All right? And the hopes and fears, this is why I love this guy here. The Hermit, that's the 9th card placement, the hope and fears. The Hermit is a major arcana card, and in modern day tarot it means retreating, right? I just want to be a hermit. I need to become a little isolated so I can finish up my emotional and spiritual growth. I need to reconnect with my intuition. That's all great, and I want you to do that, because that's the key this week of how to get through it and not feel all antsy-pantsy. But the other thing about the Hermit is a kind of karma card to me as well. because you don't get to him with the easy stuff. It's going to be the really tough stuff that makes you dig deep in that emotional and spiritual way to find guidance from God and the universe. Okay, that's how you get to this guy. He's a spiritual warrior to me. He's got that knowledge to share, that lantern, that light to be to others, to kind of guide the way as a moral and mentor, and leader in that capacity. He's got that sheet to cut away the BS of life. And he's also got the raven on his shoulder. It's a unique connection with God and the universe. And that's you, because that's kind of in that hopes and fears, it's a reflection of you. So take the time and reconnect with that spiritual warrior in yourself, because if you were to look back over the last couple of years, you're not the same Gemini anymore. Okay. And it might have been really tough, but you're a different individual, and you need to entrust who that individual is, that character, ethics, that who you want to be and how you want to live your life. That's what's holding you back here. So let God get at work. Don't get into indecision. And especially, my Gemini friends, do not undermine yourself in that thinking. Okay. And here, because I just had to validate that, is the 10 in the outcome card, is the 10th placement, is the 5 of Wands. So, okay, the 5 of Wands is good luck in the area of tarot numerology, but in tarot, you always have to get over something to get to the good luck. And this is, again, the creative. So there's only 2 cards that in tarot that mean getting over being scared or fearful, because of our anxieties and insecurities have been really built up after a trying time. And that's just normal. It happens to everybody. But these 2 cards are those 2 cards, and they're sitting right next to each other. And the 5 to get to the good luck is to getting over our insecurities, fears, and those dragons that plague our thoughts and our heart. Okay. So that's kind of like, you need to push that kind of thinking aside so you can get to the good luck of these kind of cards. And that's the beauty of that. And the Hermit's going to help you get there, and the Hangman's going to pave the way. And I'm just sticking with it as a good ending, because the bonus card is the 3 of Pentacles, the celebratory state in that area of the material, right? Family, home, relationship, work, your health, your body, your thinking, getting back outdoors, get those 4 feet on, Mother Earth. She'll help you get your hands in the water, wherever you need to connect. It's only going to be helpful for you to get into that calm state, because we need to kind of put out the fires of that creative energy of the negative and replace it with that garden of the positive, because that's the message here. Believe in yourself, Gemini. Believe in yourself, because you can make anything happen. Okay, have a really good week. Just take a chill, and everything will come to you. Okay, and thank you for visiting the channel. And if you're so inclined to like and subscribe, that would be awesome as well. Everyone's been so kind with the support. Thank you.